In the FBI archives, investigators found a line. It was hidden in a classified file on Morris K. Jessup. This handwritten note mentioned an extraterrestrial contact protocol. The government forgot to remove this mention. Yet, Jessup disappeared in 1959. Why was this detail erased? What truth in these archives was deliberately suppressed forever? The story begins at the heart of the Vatican. This is where spiritual authority meets political power. We look at the figures who navigated between religious authority and the darkest financial circles. We examine the bankers, like Roberto Calvi, whose fortunes were woven into the threads of global institutions. We look at the researchers, like Morris K. Jessup, who sought things beyond the terrestrial horizon. We look at the men who stood at the center of these worlds. Malachi Martin, a Jesuit priest and secretary to Cardinal Bea, wrote about cosmic mysteries and occult practices. These deaths and disappearances are not accidents. They form a pattern. The archives suggest that secrets are not merely hidden, they are eliminated. But what motivated this silent purge within the walls of power? Is the pattern of deaths and disappearances among the Vatican's and bankers' insiders not the symptom of a global conspiracy? This pattern forces us to look beyond public statements. Why were these facts buried? And why do the records of the government and the religious institutions seem to point toward the same shadow? This detail, seemingly trivial, changes everything. The Vatican's official position regarding internal affairs and inquiries into the deaths of notable figures is that all procedures were conducted with the utmost diligence. They followed all ecclesiastical laws and protocols in force. Public statements concerning the financial dealings and legal proceedings of the bankers indicate that legal procedures were followed. Deaths or disappearances are attributed to unexplained circumstances. The government asserts that archives concerning the activities of researchers and institutions are managed according to internal security protocols. This is what they told us. This is what they demanded we accept. But the declassified documents suggest an active cover-up of events and deaths by occult or political forces. The official narrative claims that procedures were followed. But the archives reveal evidence of poisoning, Michele Sindona, and assassination, Roberto Calvi. These suggest crimes that the conventional legal systems fail to resolve. The government claims that the activities of researchers like Morris K. Jessup are managed by internal security protocols. But the FBI file on Jessup, available in the Black Vault, points to a disappearance that was never officially recorded. The deaths of key figures, like Jean-Paul I, without autopsies, and the writings of Malachi Martin, linking extraterrestrial secrets and the satanic mass, contradict this version. The available documents suggest an attempt to control the official narrative concerning hidden knowledge. If the deaths and disappearances of these insiders were not accidents, but orchestrated eliminations, why did the legal systems never reveal these facts? The pattern of disappearances and deaths is not an attempt to mask a much larger truth. The archives do not lie. The FBI file concerning Morris K. Jessup, found within the Black Vault, documents a disappearance that was never officially resolved. The researchers' notes, the cryptic references to cosmic contacts, correlate directly with the activities of an elite group. Simultaneously, the Vatican's financial archives from the 1980s reveal complex transactions involving bankers like Michele Sindona and Roberto Calvi. These documents indicate fund movements that do not match usual accounting explanations. The poisoning of key figures and the disappearances suggest an orchestrated coordination. These documents, combined with indirect testimonies and inconsistencies in official narratives, point toward a conspiracy involving actors with access to highly sensitive information.